What's going on, y'all? Today we got Michael Jordan, 69 points, Bulls versus Cavs, full game, 1990 HD, man. Let's get into it. You know how we do it, quarter by quarter. So this gonna be the first quarter, man. Stay tuned for the rest of the game, man, coming after each hour. If you're watching this at the time it dropped. Make sure you share the video as well if you enjoyed, y'all. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, the full games. I know how I feel about the full games, bro. You can just really get into, the highlights be so one-sided. It feels like you can't really get into a feel of how the game is going.
Primarily to all those injuries for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland this year.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. We here for the.
They have 13.
We here for the game, though. We here for the game.
They're struggling so about they want, but Cleveland plays him more head up than they do. It's been so much talked about.
44 against him.
Cleveland plays him more head up than they do the other ball players. They don't double him as much ball out. Force some other guys.
In Chicago, as you well know from coaching them.
Mark Price, very important part of their offense. But I think with Mark Price, the Bulls must contain him, keep him out of the middle. Don't allow him to get the other players involved.
And Brad Daugherty playing back for defender who'll be trying to stop Jordan. And Mark
Price
has been averaging 25 points a game of recent. Dick Bavetta, Jim Clark, Nolan Fine are our officials for tonight's ball game. As we're ready to get underway, it's a full house here.
I was about to say, why lagging?
Of course, they're in town to see
the Cavaliers
that's battling for the playoff spot, but of course, they're here to see the guy in the middle of your screen. And with the ball, number 23, Michael Jordan.
We have an early matchup here. We see Winston Bennett against Michael Jordan, Elo against Pippen. So I think they're giving him a different look here, saving Elo maybe for later in the game if it's close, so he'll have more energy to defend against Michael Jordan.
And Pippen against Elo right away. Takes it down in the hole against Jordan, who's posted Bennett with the turnaround. And Michael Jordan says so much for that defense on my first possession. 2-0 Bulls.
You're going to see a lot of half-court offense for the Cleveland Cavalier team, Bob. They're not going to run
This is 1990, so that was fake. Looking like a patent fadeaway. He was working on it just then. I'm saying it was more.
Opening up some outside shots.
Daugherty singled up against Cartwright. Draws the double. That leaves Elo open for three.
See, that's what happens when you double team, though. It opens you up for offensive rebounds. So the Bulls are going to have to do a good job once they get into the double team to rotate out and make sure they get on the boards. And let's take a look at the keys to the winning. First of all, they want to push the tempo of the game. They must defend the three-point shot, and they want to get some easy baskets off either turnover, steals, and get into their open court game.
Jordan had looked for Pippen down low. Now it's Cartwright against Daugherty.
Cartwright.
5 moves, missed the rebound. Larry Nance.
Bill is really
that's a nice little move. I think that's Grant right there, right? Horace Grant. I think you had Grant on the midi.
Larry Nance from college, 3-point.
That's Larry Nance Senior, huh?
19-footer, tied at 2.
Cartwright.
Short jump hook.
Brad Daugherty, really not a shot blocker. The Bulls like to go inside against him, pound the ball at Cartwright, make Brad Daugherty play defense.
Mark Price, just inside 3-point territory. Shot it about a foot short. Chicago ball.
Mark Price on the other team, too.
They must score from the perimeter. We've seen 2 jump shots now that they have.
I heard that name
before.
They
want to attack the Bulls front line
many times. I'm just not too sure.
And they must limit easy baskets by the Bulls. No second shots, no runouts, uncontested.
8 on the shot clock for Chicago, leading 4-2. Now into 5. 3-pointer from Jordan. Rebound Elo. Cavs will push it up court. Daugherty has Price open for the 3, but he bounces it inside to Nance. Kicks it out to Bennett. Winston Bennett. Tied at 4. Bennett out of Kentucky. Price from Georgia Tech playing Paxson right now. Mark thinks the Yellow Jackets will beat UNLV in the Final Four.
So they're going to have their work cut out for them. UNLV playing great basketball right now. Let's see if they double team Michael when he puts it on the floor. See if somebody comes at him. Here comes Nance. They're going to force him to give it up.
2 on the shot clock. 1. The shot off at the last moment. It would have counted.
We saw a double team there, Bob. Excuse me, but you saw him force him to give the ball up.
Daugherty is fouled as he drives.
See, when the clock
This might have been before Grant developed a good mid-range.
The minute he puts it on the floor, that's when a lot of people.
I don't want to speak too soon, though. That's only one shot, but
at that point on the clock, because
seems like he's a little hesitant right now. Well, his teammates are a little hesitant to give him the ball right there.
Brad Daugherty's last 9 games as he continues to strengthen that ankle that was weakened after his surgery. Had to wear a cast. He's been playing well of late. Well,
they need him. He can score inside. He's also an excellent passer. And he gives them a half-court game without him and without Harper, who was traded. They had no fast break, so they had no half-court game. They were really in trouble. There's an over and back violation.
John Paxson with a double team from Price and Nance, and that's the first Bulls turnover of this ball game with 9:02 to go in the first quarter.
I knew he was going to do that. I ain't gonna lie, I like with the refs call back court. Just because the way they call it, they be like.
In the 3 games that the Bulls have won against Cleveland, they have a total of 30 turnovers. That's 10 a game. Cleveland will not win tonight if they don't force some turnovers.
Nance from the corner. Long rebound to Daugherty. Cutting into the paint. Daugherty tried to muscle again against Cartwright. No help there. Held it too long, and the second steals leader in the NBA, Jordan, just took it away. Pippen with the offense.
Other way.
Well, Michael Jordan made a great steal defensively. He got the ball in the open court, found Scottie Pippen, and Winston Bennett did a nice job stepping in. When you play Scottie Pippen, Bob, you must take away his dunks and his layups. There's a great steal by Michael. Look at the great hands. He goes and he just tears it away, the strength that he has, and he takes off. He hits Pippen, who gets the offensive foul.
Elo from the corner. Elo with 2, Daugherty 2, Nance 2, Bennett 2, Price. The only Cav not to score so far. It's been Cartwright and Jordan for Chicago, trailing 8-4. The double team on Paxson, knocked out of bounds.
Pac-Man, that's my nickname for him. Pac-Man seems to get trapped easily.
They really trapped him big, trying to force him into a double team, maybe getting a turnover, realizing that they must make the Bulls turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen has to give it up. Bad pass to Cartwright. Nance takes it.
Way to get it back. Way to get it back. There you go. Ah.
With a rebound. Back up strong.
Ooh, I thought he was going to bang out on him for a second.
One of the league's better shot blockers, but
there's a turnover forced and a score, so you can see right there that the Bulls thrive on those kind of opportunities, especially Pippen and Michael Jordan.
Daugherty kicks it out to Elo, left all alone, missing the jumper.
He's missing though.
See what happens when the ball goes into Daugherty, Bob. He puts it on the floor. They double.
Think he's 1 for 3 right now.
Cleveland must make those jump shots.
Here's the double team against Jordan. He pitches into Cartwright, reversing to Pippen, missing from long range. Jordan with a rebound, the basket, and draws the foul from Larry Nance.
Well, Michael Jordan
great offensive rebound
on the floor. Here's a rebound over Larry Nance. Scottie Pippen against Cleveland in the 3 ball games this year, shooting 16 for 50. So he has not been a good shooter. It looks like that they're gambling off of him and forcing Scottie Pippen to shoot the ball from the outside.
Michael got 54 against Cleveland. Early in the season.
Well, he eliminated Cleveland for 2 years in the playoff with his greatness, just taking the ball and scoring at every opportunity that the Bulls needed it. So they've seen a lot of Michael Jordan over the last 3 seasons.
We're tied at 8. Cleveland has 10 on the shot clock. Price gets the Nance pick, punched away by Paxson. Good cut by Price down the middle, drew the foul, missed the hoop.
John Paxson has a real difficult time containing Mark Price on that drive. When he gets the bump screen and he gets a little distance, the Bulls are going to have to give him some help when he gets inside.
With a tie ball game, 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter from Richfield Coliseum.
It's looking like it's going to be a goodie, man. I ain't going to lie. From the title, we know Mike got 69 points this game, but
what he's going to do on the double team is going to free Elo up, and one pass.
It's looking like it's a slow start for both teams right now.
Cleveland's going to have to make tonight.
And that's the error as well, too.
And Elo misses that one. We're tied at 8. Cavaliers 3 of 6 from the perimeter tonight, as you see Elo there in a Pippen Grant sandwich as Mark Price goes to the free throw line and rattles it home.
See, Mark Price is automatic on the free throw line. He's shooting almost 90%, and he's the kind of guy when the game is on the line, he'll set screens, he'll throw his body around to get to the free throw line. You do not want to foul him, but you have to. So great guy to have in there late in the ball game.
Jordan with a bullet
That's
pass.
a good pass, but yeah, just a little too hard. Maybe put it a little lower so even if you don't catch it, hit him right in the chest. You know, could have been a little more on point. But I like the pass though. I like the idea.
So that's going Cleveland's way. It's 10-8 Cleveland with 6:42 to go in the first quarter.
Winston Bennett's a very strong player down low. Scottie Pippen got locked in behind.
Damn, Grant, you gotta be ready for that pass, man. You got to. I ain't gonna lie. Your man disengages when you steps up to stop Jordan. You gotta be ready for the. You gotta be have your hands up, ready. You know, catch step. Where the front at? I see you, Grant.
Everybody out on the perimeter.
See, look at the quickness off the drive, the penetration.
Kicked it out to Doherty, who usually
Another
hit
ball
that
from Mike.
15-footer.
Just the quickness and the acceleration of Mark Price to get inside.
Pippen open from 12 off the glass from Michael Jordan.
Scottie Pippen is an angle shooter. Bob, he loves to get it off the glass. He's a good shooter at angles. Not a very good shooter when you force him to shoot it straight at the basket. So he loves to drive to that 45-degree angle and pull up.
Price against Paxson. Tied at 10. First quarter. Price with that change of direction. Gets the 8-foot hoop, and Mark Price has 4. Quick move by Cartwright, who slipped, traveled, and turned the ball over. Floor looks wet down there.
You know, also, too, Bill's balance has not gotten back yet. After he got injured, he hurt a knee. He had tendonitis. It's like Phil Jackson just got a technical foul. But
Yo, Phil be getting ejected.
He has a very difficult dilemma.
I ain't gonna lie, last a few games ago, or 2 days ago, I said a few games ago, probably 10 games ago, but like a few days ago, I seen Phil get ejected in like 30 seconds of the game.
You're going to see it right here. You're going to see him as he starts to go. Looks like he just sort of slipped and his foot came out from underneath him, and then Phil Jackson was hit with a technical foul.
Mark Price sank the free throw. Cavaliers have the ball up by 3. Doherty with a little jump hook. No. Pippen rebounding. Bulls running. 4-on-4. Jordan wanted the 3. Bennett backs off another step. He'll take it. He backed off another step.
That's tough. You know what I'm saying? Get into him, get out, create some space. Get into him, get out, create some space. Come on, man.
Steal by Michael. He knocks it off Elo's leg. So
I missed that, my fault. Just playing at the other end.
Oh, you lose both ways.
They say I better play him at the 3. There's a steal by Michael. He knocks it off Elo's leg. So
4 Cleveland turnovers.
You know, Michael Jordan, how do you play him?
Bennett said, I'll get up in his face. No, I'll give him the 3. No. And by then, 2 are down.
That's right.
Elo plays Jordan pretty well. I thought when Harper was on this Cleveland team, it gave the Cavs a whole lot better opportunity to beat Chicago.
Well, what happens is it gives them more versatility. Elo and Harper can both be in the game at the same time with Price. They could go small.
Elo tried to get it to Larry Nance, and that's 5 Cleveland turnovers in the game with 4:51 to go in the first quarter. It's a 1-point Cleveland lead. Bad play by Paxson.
Come on, Pack.
Go on the baseline. Now Price running it 3-on-2. Nance.
That's 2 turnovers for you in the first
Who missed the layup?
in the first quarter already.
That layup maybe once a season.
There's 2. You can book this.
Knock it though, Pac-Man. Get in there.
For about 3 bounces.
Normally Paxson makes that
He's
shot.
been in a little slump the last 2
You're
or 3
right.
games.
He sure has.
But yeah, he's automatic with the jumper. 13-12, Cleveland by 1. Whistle down low.
John Paxson has to really fight the frustration of playing Mark Price. Mark Price is very quick. He comes off screens, and he does a good job of bumping you and holding you and drawing fouls. And in the last couple of years, John has got very aggravated playing against him, as many players do. John has to be very careful not to lose his temper.
As 2 personal goes to the bench, and rookie B.J. Armstrong is in to play Price now. One of the guys Price is bigger than, one of the few. Price just inside 3-point territory. That was a 2 for Mark Price, who now has 7 points in this game to lead all scorers. Looking for Cartwright against Doherty.
He loves the left-handed hook on this side.
Goes to the baseline right hand, but Doherty fouled it. Basket won't count. Cartwright averaging 11 points a ball game this year. Lenny Wilkins looks on, the Cavaliers coach, member of the Hall of Fame as of last May.
You know, Bill Cartwright's importance to the Chicago
That free
Bulls
throw every time I see it.
as evident in the regular season as it is during the playoffs. You know, you can get by with losing a Bill Cartwright for 9, 10, 11 ball games and play a, you know, Will Perdue, and you can play Stacey King as a center. In the playoffs, they're going to need Bill Cartwright to bang against Jaminski and Mahorn and the different kind of centers and big people they're going to see in the playoffs.
You definitely need the one right there, Cartwright.
Charles Davis into the ball game for Chicago right now, and Hot Rod Williams about to come in for Cleveland next opportunity. Pippen getting a rest for the Bulls. Mark Price has 7. B.J. Armstrong just stopped him there as he tried to go down the lane. Tipped out of bounds. It will be long.
Same team, same team.
Cavaliers, and here comes John Hot Rod Williams into the game for Winston Bennett. And Williams has been playing very well of late also, and he will give Chicago some trouble down low.
This creates a horrible mismatch now as we see Philadelphia leading Boston. Larry Nance being played by Horace Grant. Charles Davis will play John Williams. They can go to him in the post, and he should have a size advantage. Maybe even on the
come on.
Williams kept that.
Come on, Mike.
But it was knocked out of bounds by Chicago. It'll be Cavs ball again.
Watch John Williams do, Bob. We've been in here before. He loves to drive to his right, so when he puts it on the floor, be ready to say, drives right, John Williams. He's going to go right into the post.
Drives right, John Williams. Way to go. How did I know that? I just sensed he was going to do that, Doug, and drew the foul and will go to the line. It's amazing.
That's a bad matchup for Chicago right now. Charles Davis cannot play John Williams. It just depends on how much Cleveland's going to be able to go to it, and will Chicago double team him and force him to give the ball up. But John Williams, one of the tougher low post players in the game, and does get to the free throw line.
Most people think Ricky Pierce is going to win the 6-man award, but Hot Rod Williams has been an excellent 6-man player for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We have a timeout of the floor. 3:18 remaining in the first. Cavs up by 3. Coming up on Friday night, a big doubleheader. New York will be at Chicago versus the Bulls. That'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Skip Carey and Rick Barry will be there. John McLeod will join me on the West Coast for the Portland Trailblazers versus the LA Lakers. They're in a real battle out there in the Pacific Division. Magic Johnson, by the way, day-to-day with his ankle injury.
Bob, let's take a look at Michael Jordan in the open court. What he creates here. You're going to see him on the drive. He's going to penetrate, and he's going to be able to create a double team situation as we roll this ahead, so we get a chance to see this in the fast break. All right, and we're going to see this now. You're going to see now the help, and it's going to leave Scottie Pippen open. The penetration, here comes the help, the throw back, and off the glass. Scottie Pippen on the angle. That's where he's a very good shooter.
Pippen, an improved player this year, but overall, I don't see his shooting all that much improved.
Scottie's getting a lot of open floor baskets. He's getting a lot out in the open court. They're running a little bit more, and as a result, he's been a recipient and played very, very good basketball. He's become an all-star this season.
Cleveland perfect at the free throw line, 7 out of 7 so far in this game with a 4-point lead. Grant from long range. Davis gets the rebound from behind. Nance. Jordan goes and gets
the shot, boy.
Well, a second shot opportunity. Charles Davis with a nice offensive rebound, and Michael Jordan delivering the 3-point shot. Let's see now if they go to the matchup here. Charles Davis on John Williams. They've got a low post situation. Should be able to go in it and get the double team here.
Going to his right. Now the double team. Elo is open.
Should pump it right back into him. He's still got plenty of time.
Now 8 on the shot clock. Elo elects to take it into the paint instead. Elo struggling early in this ball game.
Mike is going up and grabbing them boards. I ain't gonna lie.
Jordan sees a slight crack.
Playing at his own pace, man. Got downhill.
To lead all scorers.
Well, he's on pace for 44, Bob.
It's his average. Gets this team all year long.
Ridiculous.
Jordan 5 out of 6 from the floor. Elo from long range continues.
Elo having a tough game right now.
Elo has only 2 points in this game.
You know, Cleveland's jacking up a lot of long jump shots here early in the game. I thought they'd pound the inside more. They're settling for that easy outside jump shot. It's just not going for them right now.
That's a 2-point attempt, and it's good by Charles Davis.
See, Charles Davis is the guy last year that helped the Bulls in the playoffs. He's an experienced player. He was in Milwaukee with Don Nelson. And
Oh,
he
block.
has the ability to come in and play very well.
I thought it was going to be a charge or offensive, man.
Price took advantage of the rookie. B.J. Armstrong had him off balance in the open floor, took the ball to him, drew the foul, and Mark Price goes to the line again.
See, this is the importance of getting in the penalty. You're Mark Price. They have 14 fouls. You're driving the ball down the floor. A guy is playing you tough. You bang into him, and you put the onus on the official. Do you call the foul or don't you? He's walking to the line now. This should be 2 points for Cleveland.
There's one of them. I asked Mark Price about Kenny Anderson, the spectacular point guard for Georgia Tech. As of today, including how great Kenny Anderson is, Mark Price, statistically and in a lot of other ways, is Tech's greatest point guard, you'd have to say, in history. I said, what about Kenny Anderson? He says, I may hold that title for maybe one more game. He thinks that he's... Mark Price says, I like to just watch Anderson dribble the ball. He's so good. High praise for a fine pro player in Mark Price. 13 for Jordan.
Might get in that mode.
For 3, Price.
Mark Price getting his mode too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm seeing that he's a shooter.
Cleveland fell asleep.
Good pass.
Made him pay.
Those are the easy baskets that we
They're picking up the pace now too, man.
Chicago, especially Grant and Pippen. See BJ
after those little timeouts and all that.
Now Elo gets it down to Williams again.
Mike gonna help. Oh, no help. That's why Mike was coming for the help. Mike, you gotta keep coming for the help. Force Elo to make a shot. I ain't gonna lie. Elo been breaking. Force Elo to make it right now.
Davis against Chucky Brown.
Wanted
the foul. Brown got a piece of that. 36 seconds
Look for
to go.
a quick 3 here. He might go 2 for 1. You better play him because they can get a quick one and get the shot clock, get another possession.
There's Elo. He spots out for the jumper,
and
but
it's inside
3-point territory, but that's exactly what they had in mind.
I can't let him get that one, man.
They're going to get the ball back. They defend here against Chicago. They should get the last shot of the quarter.
Elo now 2 of 7 shooting. Time remaining in the quarter. About a 1-second differential in the shot clock and the quarter. 5 on the shot clock. Jordan gets Elo basket, draws the foul.
With the bucket, too. Come on.
The shot in the
A little bit. You know, see, Michael loves a challenge. And there was a big article in the Cleveland paper today about Elo being an outstanding defender. Michael sees that and his eyes light up. You see the pump fake. There he is hanging in the air, Price running at him, the bump, and the 3-point opportunity. And Michael Jordan loves a challenge. You've got to just let him play his game without challenging him like that because he'll throw 50 at
Very efficient right now, too.
He's thrown 16 in the first quarter with 3 seconds remaining. Elo will have to launch it from just inside half court. Almost no cigar. Chicago leads by 1. Good first quarter. Looks like.
That's the first quarter, y'all. Mike is playing an efficient game. He is wilding right now. If they don't stop that boy soon, it's gonna be too late. And it looked like it was too late. Because the title, y'all see who's gonna love the title, man. But that's the end of this one. If y'all enjoyed, make sure you share the video, subscribe, click on the last reaction right here on your screen right now, and I'm out here, man.